If I had to guess, it's going to be fake break to the downside before ripping. Yep, so I was right. Told you so. Bitcoin price did exactly what I was saying. Of course, I'm just being facetious. I gave a couple different scenarios in my last video. I give TA every day. So, of course, sometimes it is going to play out exactly how I present it. And while I can show I do know what I'm talking about, it does come down to just probabilities at the end of the day. And I can't tell the future. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's jump into the Bitcoin price action. You can see we did break out of this quote unquote bear flag to the upside like I was thinking we were going to do after trapping shorts, down here on a fake break to the downside, right? Jumping out here to the daily time frame, you can see the chart looks absolutely beautiful, getting that bounce off the back test of the falling wedge we've been looking at for so long, as well as we had this kind of exaggerated bullish divergence coming in here on the daily and 12-hour time frames. And currently we are looking to break through this daily EMA. We are sitting up right next to it, and I can almost guarantee you it is going to break because of the liquidity we are building behind this sweep level that you can see marked out first. We have two bad highs back here. We have another bad high right at that same liquidity level. There are so many stops up above here. The market is going to grab it at some point. And even when the market does grab it, if we do go ahead and, swing fail it and potentially come down into these vectors, right? Maybe we do like a back test of this, sweeping, this level or something like that, just theoretically, right? If we were to come down, it is extremely likely to not be bearish, and we are looking to go pop this high next afterwards because you will have liquidity built behind, two highs near the same level. So yeah, essentially I can almost guarantee you we're going to at least get up and clear this high back here. So I would not be looking to short the market whatsoever, even if we do, get a swing fail of all of this liquidity or anything like that. If you were looking to just do like a hedge short, if you're already in a long or something like that, if you are trading, this is the level that I've identified. Even though there's more liquidity behind these levels, as soon as you sweep this, people are going to put their entries at this level. Then I can guarantee you we're going to get a sweep of a sweep up higher, and that's a potential short if you were looking to do something like that. But I wouldn't be shorting any of this, honestly. The big level that I'm looking at is back up here at 67,500. This is kind of your bear case, right? So similar thing to these highs here. Most of your liquidity is behind this first level, but you have secondary liquidity up at this level. So like, let's say we do sweep this, people put their entries there, then the market's probably going to stop them out, and this could be a potential short up at this top sweep at like $68,000. So yeah, I might actually potentially do like a hedge short position here. And the reason I'm talking about shorting now instead of longing is because there's no more long opportunities, right? I had conviction throughout all of these lows telling you guys that we were going to go higher, right? The time to buy was on this back test. The time to buy was on this deviation down to 57K. The time to buy altcoins is potentially still right now. Like it's still a good time to buy a lot of altcoins. But once we start getting up to these liquidity levels, it is time to go on the defensive and make sure that we are not getting bearish structure. I will say though, I don't think that top is 74K. Like I've been saying, six-figure Bitcoin is more likely in my opinion, just because of market sentiment and recessionary indicators along with traditional finance and that sort of thing. So, I doubt I'm going to be taking any shorts in this range, just giving out some ideas though, because those are technical levels that we could have swing fails. The big level I'm going to be looking at is this 74K. This is what we got to be watching. We got to make sure we don't deviate and get back under, right? If we just like sweep up real quick, I'm not going to count that. Doing a small sweep through 74K and then like, let's say coming back down to test the daily EMA or something like that is not what I'm worried about. What I am worried about is coming up and ranging in here while we have, altcoin season, meme season, and then we swing up to like, let's just say through $80,000, and then we have meme coins go absolutely parabolic, and then we dump back down and deviate below. This type of structure here would get me nervous, right? If we do see something like this play out, similar to what we had in 2021, Wyckoff distribution, where you have your highs deviate out and then a final push before you roll over. That's what I'm going to be watching out for, and that's how we need to stay vigilant. So I just want to get that out there. That is something I'm going to be watching out for. Main confluences to go along with this will be sentiment in the market, how much euphoria is going on, news headlines, that sort of thing. Meme coins rallying, along with, of course, an altcoin season before then. But my base case remains that $100,000 level. I think it's much more likely that they go ahead, bring price up to there, then form the deviation structure that we just talked about, the Wyckoff at $100,000, and get the headlines of a six-figure Bitcoin. And that's when the top finally comes in, when the Fed's cutting. You have those recessionary indicators actually following through, and you will have more time for that altcoin season. I think that just makes a lot more sense. And then, of course, option 3 is something I've been talking about a lot more recently because I think it is very likely at this point, and that is a full-on parabola blow-off top like 2017, where who knows where Bitcoin can go. $150, $200, $300,000 Bitcoin, dot-com bubble for crypto. So just wanted to lay those 3 scenarios out for you. But yeah, so far so good. Everything is playing out real nicely, and I think we are seeing the start of the altcoin season. So that's really awesome. If we go over here to our levels chart, you can see we are up in this bearish order block. But again, this is not going to play out because the liquidity just keeps building up here. As well as I should also mention, you go to like a, let's just say 15-minute time frame on Bitcoin right now, you can see RSI is going down, lower lows on RSI, higher lows on price. That's a hidden bullish divergence. If you've studied divs, backtested divs, just been in the market long enough to see all those divs play out, you know that hidden bullish and hidden bearish divergences are much more rare, yet much more consistent than regular ones. So the fact that we have a hidden bullish divergence is pretty amazing. So even though we have this like regular bearish divergence coming in here on the 15-minute, that is likely not to play out because hidden divs are much more probable. Same thing here on the hourly, which I like the hourly better because higher time frame, more consistent, right? You do see that hidden bull div coming in there as well as the bearish div. So yeah, we have the regular versus hidden div. I think this will play out to be a good example of why you always trust your hidden divs first. And I do expect us to go ahead and break up to the upside before the bear div plays out. Like I don't expect these lows to get swept before grabbing this liquidity. That's not to say these won't get swept. Like I said, we probably grab this, then come sweep that, then we finally go for the liquidity that's made up higher. But enough rambling on that. Going over to our levels chart. Levels, we could find some resistance at, volume levels would be this previous week point of control. That's this white dotted line I just put in there. You can see it's above the sweep level, so that makes a lot of sense. Liquidity is there, volume's there. That could be some resistance as well as previous week value area high, back up in this fair value gap, as well as above this upper sweep level. So those are just some levels we could find some resistance, but like I've said, 74K is the target. Personally, I wouldn't be touching that sell button until we get all the way up there, and we do see all that euphoria. So nothing to worry about, just some resistance levels. We'll go ahead, we'll get off the level chart though, because there's nothing really else there. And I wanted to jump into some meme coins. You can see MOG over here. This is my favorite meme. I get more money in MOG than anything else in my portfolio. Just know that I bought down here, so it's not like you need to have this as your biggest bag, even though I do think it's the best meme coin to ever hit the face of crypto. But yeah, you do see a nice double bottom, and today we're up. You can see, 18.5% pulled back from, I think we were up like 25%, as well as Pepe going crazy. Pepe made an all-time high today. It has swung fail for now, but your momentum indicators are still showing extreme bullishness, so I would not really expect this to be a macro top for Pepe. I do think this is going to break and continue into price discovery. This one again is up about 15-20% on the day. So you are seeing meme coins outperform all your altcoins right now, and if this were to continue, right, we see meme coins just go absolutely parabolic into Bitcoin sweeping 74K with the deviation, and you have retail euphoria into meme coins. That is something to be watching out for. But as of now, I don't think it's anything to worry about. These charts were set up for a rally. So, it makes sense that we are seeing some good gains out of these meme coins while Bitcoin is starting to take off here. Let's go over to GBTC, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. We are seeing a gap in price here, but it's not a CME gap. If we go to CME futures, they were open for this move. So I don't think it's anything we have to worry about actually needing to fill. But if we were to, let's just say, come down and fill 50% of this gap, right, that's something that could be expected. I wouldn't worry if we do come down. Jumping over to the dollar, nothing too much really to talk about. It's just kind of traded sideways and down, but it did lose the bullish uptrend, right? We were talking about how it did have like a really solid uptrend coming in here, and structurally did look like it wanted to break up. Well, we have broken down, and I do expect it to play out like this fractal we were talking about in that video, where, you know, we have a previous double bottom, breaks to the downside, which in return makes Bitcoin go up because they're inversely correlated. So yeah, dollar continues to do what we want for Bitcoin. Jumping over to the S&P, continues to trade sideways in here, but we are still above trend, back testing this wedge. So I do expect S&P to come up here with haste, as well as not only are we back testing, but we have made poor highs a secondary time here. So yeah, liquidity is still to the upside. I can almost guarantee you we're going to, you know, go into all-time highs on S&P here, and that is another bullish thing for Bitcoin. Jumping over to total 3, we did finally get the test of this volume level, right? I was talking about this in another video, how it would make sense to come down and test this value area low of the previous bull market volume profile, and we have gone ahead and done that. So yeah, back test of this is extremely bullish for altcoins. You know where that target is. It's up 50% from where we are, so I do expect altcoin season to be upon us, or at least wave 2 of the altcoin season, and we are going to see total 3 rally 50% with haste, sending the whole altcoin market parabolic. So yeah, just to recap, Bitcoin's going to the moon, but stay vigilant, watch for retail euphoria, don't get caught up with the masses. And if you want to make sure you get timely updates on price action and that sort of thing, make sure to join my Discord. Link is in the description down below. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.